There, hosts, we're back with another episode here at the Hosting Journey where we talk all about Airbnb and short-term rentals. Today's topic is websites. Having one for your listing beyond Airbnb and beyond Vrbo. Should you? Shouldn't you? What are the pros? What are the cons? And how do you go about it? So let's get to the show. All right, there, hosts. So one of the reasons why we're doing the topic of websites for your listing is because I am actually in the process of relaunching the website that I have for Eveland 1.0. And it was a website that I created a few years back and I did not promote because of the problems that we were having with New York. So I didn't want to have that much internet presence, if you want to say that, for my listings. Now, because I have properties in Georgia and Puerto Rico, and I'm about to launch one in New York, I have decided to go direct booking. Yes, you do not want to put all your eggs on the Airbnb and Vrbo basket. So let's talk about why should you have a website for your listings, even if you just have one listing. And one of the reasons is, look, Airbnb has been known to delist people, to close down and deactivate accounts. They have their own reasons. Sometimes they tell the host, sometimes they don't. And there are hosts who never got their account back up. Some did, but some did not. They lost thousands of dollars in reservations. They had to pivot their business when Airbnb did this. And I have an episode about someone that got delisted and actually sued Airbnb and the guest. And if you want to listen to it, I will post the link below. Another reason is you are a brand. You are not an Airbnb. That's not who you are. It's not actually even what you do. And that is more, who you are is more like a bigger question. This is what you do, and you do not do Airbnb. You are a vacation rental owner. This is what you do, right? So when you have that, you're creating a brand for yourself. Look, every communication that I have, whether in any platform, I actually talk about the name of my house because I don't want my guests to say, oh, I stayed at this Airbnb. No, I stayed at the Adina cabin. That's for Georgia, or La Casita in Puerto Rico. The massive brand for me is Eveland. And yes, I do mention Eveland as my brand, and that's the name of my website. But then each individual property has its own name. Another reason is you decide on your rules. When last year, Airbnb decided to refund the guests, a lot of people were upset about that. If they came to your direct booking, you made the decision of what is it that you were going to do and not decided by somebody else. And the same thing with a lot of rules and regulations from Airbnb, you might not agree with them. So this is your direct bookings and you have to decide what is it that you agree. So what are the cons of having your own website? It is something else for you to do. Yes, there are some websites that what they do is they send the guests to book directly on the Airbnb platform or the VRBO platform. There's people that do that. They have a platform, they have a website, but then they send the booking itself to go someplace else. That's an option. Now, if you are doing booking directly and collecting money directly, you want to make sure that it's safe and secure, that the information of your guests is safe and secure, and that you are collecting all the taxes, and you're going to have to submit paperwork at the end of the month to the government, to whether it's the state, the city, the county, whatever it is, you have to submit that paperwork and make that payment of the taxes you collected. So make sure that you're very clear about the taxes because let's say, for example, in Georgia and in Puerto Rico, Airbnb and VRBO collects the taxes and submits them directly to the government. I only have to do paperwork in Puerto Rico where I have to fill out a report once a month. In Georgia, I don't even have to do that. I only submit paperwork if I'm doing direct booking. Okay? So that's, more work for you. I'm just being real here. What is it that you have to do? And this is another job that you will have to consider that you will have to do. It's a website that you have to build and create. And even if you're not building, but you have to update and make sure that it has search engine optimization, SEO, that you are promoting it, that you're getting, updating it and all of that. So it's a job. It's not a job that will take a lot of hours, but it's still another job for you to do. In addition, just like the good thing is that you make your own rules, is you make your own rules. You have to be very clear about what is it that you want or don't want with your guests in reference of refunds, and cancellations and things like that. You don't have this other company for you to say, well, it's Airbnb's reasoning. It's Airbnb. No, this is you. You have to make sure that you are clear on what your rules and regulations are. All right, dear hosts. So building a website is going to be the project that you're going to do in the next quarter. Let's talk about how do you go about it. Now, you can use a property management software provider, and they have a lot of websites, builders integrated into their own business. So you use that property management software provider that you could automate, that you could link with your VRBOs and Airbnb listing. But they also give you the feature of building a website. Yes, there is a monthly fee. Of course there is. But creating a website is included. What you have to make sure is how easy it is to remove the content if at one point you want to change companies or you want to do something different. So you want to have the content of your website available for you. Okay? Another option is for you to use a drop and drag builder like Squarespace. Wix is another company and things like that. Now, a more complex option is for you to use WordPress, and it's wordpress.org, not .com, with a theme. So wordpress.org, it's your website. Either you or you hire someone to build it. And what they do is that you could buy a theme, even a vacation rental theme, to create. So now some of the property management software providers that are offering websites are Lodify, which is a very well-known company out there and really well loved by many. Owner's Rest. And with Owner's Rest, you also have the option to use the widget to tie it to either Squarespace or to your WordPress site. So you can either build the website through them or just use it on your own. Your Porter and Promote My Space. And those are just some of them. Because I know also IGMS, which is the property management software company that I'm using currently and that I promote. And I only promote them because I am using them. I don't promote anybody that I don't use. IGMS, it's about to launch this feature as part of their software so that you could create a website through their platform. I am not using any of them because I created my own website with WordPress, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So these are people recommended it from my Facebook group, The Hosting Journey. If you decide to build your own website, whether it's on Squarespace and Wix or whether it's on WordPress, one of the options that you have is that you can hire a website builder, or you could go a little bit less expensive, which is you could use Fiverr, Upwork, or you could use freelancer.com. I am currently looking at Fiverr, at websites builder, because this is what I'm going to do. What I'm doing is I have a WordPress.org website. I have a theme that I'm using, and I'm actually going to hire someone through Fiverr to build it, to rebuild this website, because I don't want to spend my time doing that because it's hours of work, but I could then manage it after it's built. I have a certain criteria that I want to do because I have properties in Georgia, Puerto Rico, and soon in New York. My site is not just one listing. So it's a little bit more complicated. There's more pages. So now, one of the things that you want to decide once you thinking about creating a website is the pages that you're going to build, the content that is going to be there, and how are you going to update this content. All right. So now you want a book now button. And like I said before, you could either do direct booking, and a lot of people do that. They send it to the platforms. They do that. It's okay. You're going to do galleries, which is photos of your space, of your listing, and you will do 1 page per listing that will have all that information that you normally have on the Airbnb platform. You are going to have it on your vacation rental website. Okay, so 1 page with the description, images, rates, calendar availability, all that information. You're going to want a page about you. So that is really important because for people to know. And also testimonials. So these are just some of the minimal pages that you want. And I'm going to walk you in different videos of what I'm building and how I'm building it and why I'm building it the way I am. And I'm going to show you another video with some sites from members of the hosting journey because I'm asking for permission from them. That's why it's not really included in this video. For you to see the pros, the cons, what is good, what is not. One of the things that I recommend for you to do right now, if this is something that you want to embark for this quarter or next quarter, is to start a list of websites that you see that you like. What are the features that you like? What is it about that website that you liked it? And one of the things I like to do is actually even go to luxury vacation rentals places, even hotels. How is it that they promote it? Because look, they have the money. They've done tons of marketing. They're using a lot of professionals. And no, I'm not going to copy it, but I want to see their thinking. So go to different sites and see, oh, how is it? How do the images look? Why do they take so much space? Where's the book now button? How do they describe the spaces? And see what is it about that site that you like and what is it about it that you don't like, so that you can learn, and then like that you could implement it, because you want to write out a project description before you start this. And you wanted to get the elements that you need for your website before you start this project. It's a big project. It's not a project that you're going to do in 15 minutes or 20 minutes, unless you're using one of those property management websites to build your site, because what they do is they grab a lot of information from your listing and they just build. All right. So yes, you could do that, and that will take not a lot of time. But if you're building it your own on Squarespace, on Wix, or WordPress, you want to make sure that you have all the information available and already there, including photos, not just the description, not just the stuff that you're going to write, but also photos, the photos that you're going to use. Now, do you have a website for your listing? Is this something that you want to do? If you have a website, why don't you just show me the link below so that I might want to put it on my next video where I'm showing websites and I talk about them, because it's great for all of us to learn from each other. Now, if you're not, or if you are thinking about it, let me know also as well. And if you like this video and you want more videos like it, press like, subscribe, and get notified for more videos of the hosting journey, where we talk all about Airbnb and short-term rentals.